Welcome back to another video. We're in Northern Ontario. We're gonna be doing some sight fishing for brook trout. We're doing something special today. The last video, the objective was how shallow can we catch the fish. This time, I wanna see how high I can get the fish to chase my lure. The ultimate goal would be to get a brook trout to breach the surface, almost as if it's eating a topwater lure or a dry fly. Anyway, stay tuned. Guess we'll cut a sight fishing hole first. Saw time. All right. Oh, out of breath. All right. No big boulders in front of us. It's a good sign. My hole's a little bit crooked, but that'll work. Next up, we got a shack to pop up. Will this be the hole that records the first ice fishing topwater strike? After what I saw yesterday, anything's possible. All right, almost there. All right, the 450 blackout. This one's a little faded because I left it outside for like 2 seasons. It's withstood the test. And it's black on the inside. That's what you want for sight fishing. I've been spoiled over the past, year or two, is just bringing Brandon or Hayden or Karsten out to help film. When we started this, we were self-filming most of it. The goal is to see how high in the water column we can catch a fish. I'm glad I pegged down the shack today. It is fierce out there. We were using the Fantastic 29 Ultralight by Frostbite, 1000 diesel reel. I think this is 10-pound braid. It might be lighter, it might be 8-pound braid, 10-pound floral leader, and then a micro dinner bell in the pinker bell color. This is what worked really good in our last sight fishing outing. Thought I'd keep it the same. But now we're gonna start messing with the fish. We messed with the location and we caught fish everywhere we set up our shack. So now I'm like, let's see if we can get that fish to breach the surface. I would call that a topwater strike if we get him to breach the surface. So we will see. That'd be pretty wild. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. I know I preach using 2 rods, but in this situation, we just want to focus on this one. I don't want to be running for jaw jackers or having a second fish eating a dead bait. Whole point of this is seeing if we can lure that fish onto the surface. Like, I want it to be like right there. Like, I want the lure half out of the water when he eats it. Here we go, here we go. Come on, first brookie. Will he eat it off the log? I'm snagged. No, come on. He could very well still be around. He came from the shallow side again. We're so close to shore. Blows my mind. All right, good start. That was about, I don't know, 10 minutes in. Beautiful colored up male brook trout. Well, I've seen one so far. He wasn't in a great mood. He was interested, but kind of just kept swimming. We want the ones that are just squirrely for it, like zigzagging back and forth, trying to find it, missing it and coming back. Sometimes it takes a little bit of just settling once you get the shack set up before the fish start cruising through. But I've also seen it where we just finished cutting the hole and a trout swims by, so. Here we go. Man. Oh, I missed him. He's gonna eat again. He's gonna eat it. Look at this. Look at this. Come on. Are we gonna do it right now? Are we gonna do it right now? Oh! Guys, I think we just got the shot on the first fish. I'm pretty sure his lips came out of the water. I don't know, we'll have to play back the footage. That was outrageous. I spooked that fish in the end, but I'm okay with that. That was, as close to a topwater strike as, man. Guys, I love trying to get these shots. That is so fun. Surprised you didn't hook him. That was a good sized fish. He was just aggressive. I missed him the first time. I know I could have just caught that fish, but I think I could have caught the fish. That strike was crazy. crazy. I just reviewed it. It was what I wanted. I mean, ideally I would have caught the fish. That fish, it was interesting because the first time he came in, he kind of just nosed up to it, and then as soon as I started jigging it, then he got so much more excited about it. Oh, come on. Can we do it? Can we do it? Here we go. Here we go. He just spooked. He sees it. Oh, he's so dirty. I don't think I'll be able to get it high enough. Come back, buddy. That's the problem when you play those games. You know, they don't always want to chase too high and then you end up missing your opportunity. He charged at it a few times. But they have that ceiling, you know. I don't know what it is, but it looks different when they come up, I guess, a certain height. I mean, I honestly think we got our shot on the first fish, but I want to keep playing with these. Honestly, I have just as much fun playing with them than, you know, netting it and bringing it topside. Most of the fun is just that interaction. I had one. I had him. I had him. Come on. Come on. Come on. I can't believe I missed him. He had the bait in his mouth. I got no excuse. I got no excuse. Oh, he missed it. Come on. Come on. Can't find it. Oh, he missed it. Got him. Oh, that's a big one. He was just looking for it so hard. Wow. I had to catch one. I had to catch one, guys. All right. We're going to give you a quick look. Just with the GoPro cam. These trout are so tough to hold. There we go. Beautiful brookie. All right, I dropped her, but at least I dropped her into the hole. Oh man, it's so tough to beat that interaction. She came in just searching for it, and then she lost it for a bit, and then you saw her just like gobbled it. I had to put one in the net, I guess. They love that little dinner bell. They love when it's moving. Just the perfect size for these fish. Perfect size. I don't know if these are different fish or the same ones coming back. I definitely missed one fish from being on my phone back in the game. Windows are closed. Keys for sight fishing is blocking all that exterior light out. So closing all the windows. This shack by Eskimo is called the blackout. It's made for, you know, spearing, sight fishing, that sort of things. It's got zippers on all the windows, which, you know, does a really good job of blocking all the light. It's obviously a black interior. It will see, like, typically for filming, that gray interior that a lot of the Eskimo shacks have is a beautiful thing, but for this specifically, you want it as dark as possible. Netting would be pretty nuts. I don't think that would be legal, but it'd be pretty crazy to just net one. Basically, I'm just trying to do some big pops to, you know, call the fish in, but any sort of movement really works. With this dinner bell, it's got that little blade in the middle, so you just kind of tap it on the spot and it'll bounce still too. But some flash is good. I think, like I said, these fish are kind of just cruising loops of the lake, and I think they just see something that catches their eye from a distance and come in to check it out. Everyone is just, it's so addicting. Oh man, it is so addicting. Today we're fishing in about, let's see, there's a bottom. So this rod is 29 inches, so we're fishing in, yeah, about 24 inches of water. Well, I ran out of propane. As you can tell by my breath, it's cooling down a bit, so we're gonna give this a couple more minutes, but this was cool. Only fished for a couple hours, but those interactions, they're everything, everything. All right. Okay, that is how we're ending it right there. That fish was explosive. Explosive. That is how you want every fish to act. I didn't even have a chance to play with them. Let's see where that spoon ended up. I'm assuming it's gone. That net's perfect for keeping the fish in the water. All right, one last brookie to call it a day. And yeah, I was giving it 5 more minutes and that guy did what you want every brookie to do. Oh man, so much fun. I could do this all winter long. It does get tougher as the ice gets thicker. If you haven't tried sight fishing, definitely give it a try. Get yourself some little micro dinner bells, find some stock trout, look at your local listings and see what you got close to home. I'm willing to bet, you know, most of you guys are within some sort of stock trout lake within, you know, an hour or two. Yeah, you don't have to go far offshore. Fishing in less than 2 feet of water, catching fish like that. The answer to how high in the water column will the trout eat? Well, I mean, that first one pretty much ate it off the surface. So I'm not saying that's the most effective way. I think you'd probably get more bites with your bait down lower, but it's fun playing with them. And they're such cool creatures and such a learning experience when you're fishing over the sight hole, seeing how they react to the bait. And you can take that same knowledge you learn now to later in the season when you're not sight fishing on how you jig your bait, how you expect the fish to come in, where you set up, all those things. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you're not subscribed, we're coming close to 300,000 subscribers. So please smash the subscribe button below. We're gonna pack up, call it a day. Thanks for watching.